In celebration of the International Polar Year, the Phoenix Mars Science Team and the South Polar Winter Over Team tagged up for an exchange of science and ideas. This exchange occurred during the planet's simultaneous summer solstices in June of 2008. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year. When a planet is tilted on its axis, as the Earth is, we have a longest day and a shortest day of the year, and then we have 2 days of the year where the day and night are equal length. So the summer solstice is when the day is the longest day of the year.
So the purpose of this tag-up really is to celebrate the fact that we had a very close alignment between the Earth and Martian solstice, with you guys down there celebrating your winter solstice just a few days back. And today we're celebrating the summer solstice on Mars. This is the very first time we've had a spacecraft on the, successfully touch down in the polar region of Mars. And so the very first time we've had an opportunity to recognize a solstice from a polar perspective on another planet. Why don't you tell us a bit about what goes on at the South Pole and why there's a base there?
This is Dana Rubis, the station science leader, and Miles, as you know, the kind of science we do down here include cosmology, astrophysics, upper atmospheric physics, and atmospheric chemistry. And I just wanted to say that we're having a very good year. All projects are operational, and we're getting a lot of good data.
All right.
Hey, Miles.
Go ahead. Let me introduce Leslie, the Phoenix physics scientist, and so is probably the counterpart to Dana. And if Leslie, if you could say a few words, that'd be great.
Yeah, in fact, we had a team of about 6 people from the Phoenix Project down there this past austral summer because, of course, the best Earth analog for Mars is down there in Antarctica in the dry valleys. And it was a fabulous trip for the team, and we learned a great deal, and it's really helped us to understand our experiments and understand how to operate our experiments. And we, of course, generated a lot of questions, so we'll have to come back to Antarctica at some point. And I just want to thank the South Pole team for all of the hard work because it's really an important resource for us. And you all should take pride in the Phoenix mission because there's a connection there, and you all are a part of it, of our mission. And we're very happy and excited to be celebrating our mutual solstices together.
Okay, we're ready to talk to some slides here. Pat's going to speak to this. So he's our expert to talk about images.
One of the first surprises that we got was when we peeked underneath the lander and seen that the rockets in this upper left picture had blown away the surface and exposed white stuff.
And Pat, what do we call that white stuff?
These days we call that white stuff ice. Something the people in the South might be familiar with.
Yeah, we've seen it.
It turns out this region of Mars is not too dissimilar to where you guys are. It's, of course, covered with a layer of dust, but otherwise underneath it's ice. And we named that first image Holy Cow, because on the very first day, or in the first couple of days, we saw what we came to look for.
And here's one of the most dramatic pictures that we've had. Mike, why don't you go ahead? Mike Heck, the leader of the MECA team, is here. You can tell us about this one.
This was dramatic. So these are little tiny particles. These are particles that go down to perhaps 10 microns in size, a tenth the width of a human hair. And we were impressed immediately by the diversity of particles. You might have expected just to see a bunch of red stuff, the red dust agglomerated into different size particles, and we see hints of things that might be green stuff. There might be olivine that are glassy type particles as well as the sort of ubiquitous red Mars dust, and we're just beginning to understand it.
And quite literally, the image that you see in front of you folks was done for you. This is our solstice celebration. Literally, this afternoon we took this picture, and here it is down there for you at the South Pole tonight. Wow.
Well, Miles, that was really inspiring, and I think we have approximately 25% of the station skipping out on dinner just to listen to all this exciting stuff from you all out there this evening.
Excuse me, Miles, do any of them Met guys here know what temperature it is at our Mars site right now? But I suspect it's warmer. I just thought someone might have a number.
We're actually conjecturing that it's warmer on Mars right now than it is.
It's okay. The daily minimum should be minus 88 C, and the maximum about minus 31 C on Mars right now.
Well, we're minus 66 here.
So it looks like we're actually about the same temperatures. You want to take it from here, Katie?
This is all of us standing at the end of the station that is furthest from the dome. There's, I think, 48 of the 60 of us are out there. It was almost a full moon on the 18th, so we had a lot of extra ambient light and a 10-second exposure to get this quality of color into our nighttime midwinter photo.
So we should comment that we right now have permanent daylight on Mars before you guys are in permanent night.
That's a photograph of an Iridium satellite that is flaring. It's reflecting the sun over the horizon off of one of its antennas. And that's over, that Iridium satellite is flaring over what we call the beer can, which is the stairway from the under ice tunnel to the station, which is, has 92 steps. And for you astronomers out there, it's a magnitude -8 flare, so it's very bright. It's the next brightest thing to the moon.
Hey, with the beer can in the foreground, I should. So this is our staircase up and down in the South Pole. Do you guys still do a race once a year?
Miles, you know, I'm just remembering that when I was going through looking for old photographs of you, one of the ones I found was you getting to the top of the beer can, finishing your race, and I'm sorry, I should have included that in what I was emailing you around.
I just want to know if
Yeah, you got the fastest time that winter. I think you won the beer can races on Midwinter's Day.
Yeah, I just want to know if I still hold the world record.
Probably.
You can see quite a bit of the Milky Way in this picture, and the bright spot there to the right of the aurora is Jupiter. That's right. And again, Jupiter is just to the right of the 10-meter, up and to the right of the 10-meter dish.
Hey, did you take any pictures of Mars?
That's your job.
Anyone there that we're talking to now?
Well, there's a couple of us in that picture, a few of us. I'm in the foreground there with the gray shirt. Let's see, there's Ethan Dix, he's on the Ice Cube. Julian, our safety officer, is in the red. And there's Bill Spindler, and he's a South Pole veteran. He was station manager in 1977. We've had a pretty quiet month of June for geomagnetic activity, but yesterday the sky just exploded for about an hour, and these last 4 pictures I took yesterday.
I just want to make the comment that this is a very memorable evening, and I believe that we're all making history here, and I'm really happy to be a part of it and to be sharing it with a wonderful crew here at the South Pole.
Likewise, we certainly appreciate what it takes to make something like this happen as a team, and far more so for you guys who have to live in each other's pockets. But these great endeavors, whether it be a journey to Mars or wintering over at the South Pole, take first and foremost teamwork.
Thank you very much, Miles. I think we're all very honored that you thought to have us tonight as an audience for sharing in all the wonderful excitement in your new discoveries and exploration in Mars, and have our joint celebration of the solstices.
Yeah. Thank you for having us as your guest as well.
Okay, well, good people, I think from us Martians to you Polings, we'll say good night.
Night. Night. Night.